So U.S. officials say that a controversial spy tool has been key to helping them stop the sale of certain weapons parts to Iran. But Section 702 of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, or FISA, is set to expire at the end of this year unless Congress and the White House can reach a deal on that. So let's talk about this important issue. Jamil Jaffer joins us, founder and executive director of National Security Institute, fresh off some testimony at a cybersecurity hearing on Capitol Hill today. I want to talk about a hack that has been in the news in a moment with you. But let me start with Section 702. You know, when we use numbers like this, people don't often know what we're talking about. But I think what we're essentially talking about is an act that allows NSA, another agency, to kind of tap the phone if someone is overseas, and sometimes the person on the other end could be an American. That's one of the things that makes it controversial for civil liberties folks. Whereas other people that are concerned about national security, I saw a senior administration official quoted, for example, say, this is really important. About 2/3 of the president's daily brief comes from articles that are discovered in this way. What should happen?
Colin, that's exactly right. This is an authority that allows the United States government to collect against foreigners, non-Americans who are located outside the United States. It is critical that we reauthorize this authority. It is one of the most productive intelligence collection capabilities the U.S. has. And with the world on fire, Connell, 2 wars going on, one in the Middle East, one in Europe, this is not a time, and increased threats in the Indo-Pacific from China, this is not a time we can give up a critical surveillance tool like this.
What do you say to people, though, as I said, who are concerned about civil liberties and say, this just goes too far? Because, again, the person on the other side of that call with a foreign official or person could be an American, and they say that's an invasion of privacy. You say it's just too important?
Well, Connell, you know, one of the most important things is you want to know if a foreign intelligence target or a terrorist is talking to an American, and then you have to go to a court to get a court order to collect on that American. You can't collect on that American directly without getting a court order, and you also can't reverse target that American by collecting on a foreigner. But, of course, you're going to get some phone calls with foreigners from Americans. The key is, though, there have been some abuses. There have been some challenges, not typically about 702, but other FISA authorities. Reining those in and putting the right things in statute makes sense. But putting a warrant requirement or something else like that in place would completely hamper American intelligence collection and put us back into a pre-9/11 phase. That's not a place we want to be as a nation, particularly not with 2 wars going on and threats from China rising.
Now, while we're talking about national security and some of these threats that are out there, I do want to talk about that hacking I alluded to a moment ago. Here's the headline. Federal government investigating multiple hacks of U.S. water utilities. And the quote from that is, it's important to remember, Iran is known for taking an opportunistic approach to cyber attacks. And this person encouraging critical infrastructure organizations of all sizes and sectors to remain vigilant and utilize the resources to increase preparedness and resilience against all hostile nation states and cyber threats. So, you know, Iran-backed groups going after our water supply, that's a scary headline for a lot of people. Put it in some context and how big of a threat it really is.
Well, you know, we've got this war going on in Israel between Israel and Hamas, an Iranian-backed group. We've got Hezbollah in the north attacking Israel as well. And we have Iranian proxies killing Americans, trying to kill Americans in Iraq and Syria by launching 63 attacks on U.S. facilities just in the last month alone. So we know the Iranians are coming after us. This is not a surprise. They're going to try and come after our cyber infrastructure. Part of the problem, Connell, is we don't push back. When we get hit in our cyber infrastructure, we need to start making Iran and other nation states, China, North Korea, and Russia, pay a price for their cyber activities here in this country.
I know pushing back's important, but as a quick final point, what about the defensive side? Are we ready for this or no?
More to be done. The U.S. government needs to get tougher and tighter, and we need to work more closely with industry to get industry better on defense. This is a critical issue. It can't happen the government alone. We've got to collaborate with industry on this.
All right, Jamil, thank you. Important topics. Thanks for joining us today, Jamil Jaffer.